but you can call me Keeme. And today you're watching Conversations with Keeme, a show where we ask stuff and we make stuff. Today, to go with our rock star theme on Bye Bye Birdie, which is August 16th and 17th at the Black Rock Church, we are going to be painting rocks and decorating them with an amazing guest today, whose name is Randye Kaye. She is an actress, a singer, a radio host, an author, a speaker, and a coach. And she's playing May, correct?
I am playing May.
Can you name some of your other credits for us?
Sure. I spent quite a lot of time playing Sister Robert Ann in Nonsense, directed by Danny Goggin. In several, Nonsense 1 and Nonsense 3, and I think Nutcrackers, I'm not sure. I played Nancy and Oliver twice.
Wow.
I have played Lucy and Charlie Brown twice. I have played some straight roles as well.
Being a talk show host myself, I know it can be hard sometimes. You're the host of a radio show.
I am.
Called The Life Talk Show?
Yes.
What is that like, and what do you talk about?
Well, actually, what we envisioned this as kind of like The View, which is a bunch of female panelists, but on the radio. So there are 3 of us, and I work the board and do all the...
Who are the other 2?
The other 2 are Nikki Tomalides, who is a friend of mine who runs a house cleaning company, and our friend Diana Hall, who was a middle school teacher and is now an interior designer. So Nikki is kind of a loose cannon, loudmouth Greek girl, and I am the voice of reason and the person who runs the board. And Diana is the nice, blonde, former school teacher who's now a classy interior decorator. So we, like you, we have a conversation with our guests, and our mission is conversations to enrich and empower your life.
So from what I've heard about you, you do voiceovers, am I correct?
I do. That is my main gig. That's how I make most of my union money. Yes.
What are some of your credits from voiceovers?
So let's see. I currently have a public service announcement running for the Aquarian Water Company. I was watching HGTV the other day, and I went, oh my God, there's my commercial. I have done quite a lot of radio commercials. I was the voice of the Priceline phone system for about 14 years. And just recently they went a little more millennial with the voice, and that happens. I have voiced at least 110 audiobooks.
We know that you made your own book called Ben Behind His Voices.
Yes.
What is that about, and what was it like writing it?
Wow, that is a memoir. One of my agents called it a prescriptive memoir. It's a memoir about my family's experience with my son's mental illness, schizophrenia. And I wanted to write a memoir that gave people hope, because most of the things I've read about schizophrenia ended in a tragedy. And my son is actually doing quite well with treatment. And so we wanted to show what the family goes through, but also that with treatment and purpose and love and community and structure, that somebody with mental illness can do very well.
Where can we find the book?
You can find the book on Amazon, Ben Behind His Voices, on Audible, in your library, in Barnes & Noble, I believe, places like that. It's still available for sale.
What was the funniest voice that you've ever done, and can you show us?
Sure. I was one little girl who I kind of based on Lucy and Charlie Brown. She was like the mean girl in the first grade. So she's kind of like this, and you got to make her really nasal, and you have to change your facial expression. And then the little boys are a little more tough, and you're kind of like this. And you have to have a different kind of stance and mouth placement for each character that you do, and a different personality in your mind.
As we know, you're going to be May in Bye Bye Birdie, correct?
Yes.
And as we know, the show is about Connor Birdie, or Elvis, getting drafted into the Army. And our nonprofit partnership is with the American Veterans. And we would like to know, what are some words of encouragement that you would give to the young men and women in the Army?
Advice, I can't give personal advice, but I would just say thank you and hang in there, because I know you miss your families, but the country appreciates you and your work is important.
What advice would you give to young leaders in our audience?
Young leaders in your audience. Getting a chance to be a leader is just as important as whatever it is you study in school. Learn from other leaders, learn from each other, make your decisions, notice the consequences of your decisions, and especially with leadership, collaboration is hugely important. Don't think that leadership is a dictatorship. That's why I love theater so much, but really any kind of teamwork, sports teams, it's the same thing. It's the team members with each other. It's the team members' relationship to the coach or the director or the other players. And collaborative leadership is where, to use a cliche, the whole is truly greater than the sum of its parts. Like we come together. And in this world where we're all stuck on our smartphones, I think that the more we have in-person collaborative leadership and collaborative decision-making, but with someone whose final say matters, because otherwise we'll just have collaborative chaos, and that's not a good thing. He has people and teams and friends, and we all need that.
Let's show our work.
Okay.
So this is my rock. It just says bye, 3 B's, bye bye birdie.
Okay.
And on the back was supposed to be a K, but then it kind of turned into like a K star type of thing.
I also did BB birdie.
Oh.
So I had the BB.
The BB.
BB birdie. Remarkably like yours. Look at that. And I drew some hearts because I love working with you guys. And I love the mission of New Paradigm Theater, so that's the hearts.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Conversations with Keeme. I hope you enjoyed yourself because I enjoyed myself. And I want to tell you guys to make sure that you remember your voice is your power. So use it. Keeme out.
Conversations with Keeme is produced with support from the Department of Economic and Community Development, Connecticut Office of the Arts, which also receives support from the National Endowment for the Arts, a federal agency.